The loser.
Brad's is open and asking for it.
Here's Chamberlain. Got it to go. Chamberlain with 9. Belmont back on top 1.
That kid has a penchant for making big plays.
Williams. Nowhere to go. Here's Moss.
I was shielded, couldn't quite see that one, but Amanze Egerkize did a really nice job of walling up, forcing Jarvis Williams to give that one up. Yeah, he slid just a little bit. That's a good call by the baseline official.
Jeffrey Moss steps to the line. The left-hander, one of 6 left-handers, incidentally enough, on the Murray State roster. And again, around and out.
The junior has started every single game over the last 2 seasons, can really stick it with his feet set.
And one of the things Jeffrey Moss has been known for throughout his career is his ability to make clutch free throws. That was one that didn't go down.
87% in the regular season. Phenomenal.
1 for 2. Moss with a baker's dozen. We're tied at 80.
What a game. Ball screen and roll has been terrific with Evan Brad setting the ball screen. 35 in blue.
The 2 highest scoring teams in the conference are at it again, tied at 80.
There's that mismatch again. Brad has a guard and TJ Sapp on him. That ball's got to find him.
Here's Barnett with 8 on the shot clock and a hand in his face. The bank is open in Nashville on Saturday night.
I was getting ready to say, that's a bad shot. A bad, tough shot, and wow.
And you gotta love the look on Taylor Barnett's face.
Indeed.
Sometimes you gotta be lucky to be good. Offensive foul on Campaign.
Folks, Campaign is very difficult to guard off the bounce. But how about the lucky 3? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But in his case, he's actually both. But how about the defensive slide there from Reese Chamberlain, anticipating that Campaign was going to his left? Beautifully done.
TJ Sapp is up in Craig Bradshaw's chest. Bradshaw comes up short. Murray down 3 with the ball. 1:45 to go. And a late whistle. And TJ Sapp will go to the line and shoot 2.
Boy, as a player, there's nothing that gets under your skin more than that late whistle. You feel like you played good defense, forcing a guy to take a tough shot, and then you thinking you're going down the other end and you hear that whistle. Boy, that can be deflating.
Here's Sapp, an 80% free throw shooter. Knocks it down for his 27th point of the night.
How good has he been in back-to-back games? My goodness, he's been extraordinary.
27 matches his career high. And now he's got a new career high with 28. And it's a 1-point game again.
Tell you, Evan Brads is really tired. Get him involved in the ball screen. Nice back
door. Bradshaw, 25 points.
How about the vision from Reese Chamberlain?
Payne tried to force it inside, got picked off.
Wow.
And Barnett turns it over. Here's Payne. Oh my goodness!
Stones!
Would you expect anything less from Cameron Payne? Chamberlain, no! 12-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
He went 2 for 1 there, trying to get a quick layup because now Belmont will have the last possession. I like the decision. We don't see that a lot in college basketball. It usually happens in the pros. I thought that was a good decision.
Payne penetrates and gets the foul.
Reese Chamberlain knew he made a mistake. He should have stayed on his left hand, forcing him to go right. Now you open him up to his strong hand and campaign. You let him go left, he is difficult to deal with. And you'll see after the foul is made, you'll see Reese Chamberlain, 22 in blue, kind of shake his hand in frustration, knowing that he sent them the wrong way.
Campaign had 25 points in their semifinal win, 15 in the second half. He has 14 now in the championship second half.
How about the big baskets this kid has made in the second half?
Only a sophomore, but plays like a veteran.
I was wondering if Coach Bird would call a timeout, but he's going to let it ride.
Smith,
that's off.
Way off. The ball goes out of bounds, though, and it's going to be Belmont basketball. And look at Jonathan Farrell. He cannot believe what just happened.
Wow. And we've seen that happen twice now in the last 2 minutes. You got to grip that basketball, hang on to it like your life is dependent on it. Wow, just a big trying to get the basketball to his guards because he knew that Belmont was going to foul right away. And he's not a great free throw shooter, only 51% on the year, and he did the right thing trying to get it to his guards. But wow, guards weren't expecting the basketball out of bounds. Missed opportunity for Murray State.
Both teams still have 3 timeouts remaining with only 9.1 seconds left. Possession arrow is to Murray State. And the officials are just double checking to make sure in this late game situation.
Yeah, that was
it went off TJ Sapp's shoulder.
Clearly. But I love the fact that they can go to the replay monitor and get it right.
Now in a situation like this, for most teams, I would say you would think right now Rick Bird in the Belmont huddle is drawing up a play to get as easy a 2 as you can and maybe send it to overtime. But they shoot 3s better than they shoot 2s.
They do. They're going to look for the best available shot. And because of the way that they shoot it from the three-point line, if it's open, they're going to let it raise. But most likely, the ball's out of bounds, and this is a tough angle, Rich. A lot of people don't have plays below the free throw line. That's a tough angle to get the basketball in. And so watch Bradshaw, 23 in blue, Taylor Barnett, number 20 in blue, flying off the screens trying to get an easy look. Now right now for Belmont, you got 5 3-point shooters on the floor. But I'll use Evan Brads as a screener because he's been really good on those switches when he's had the smalls down in the post.
Belmont has made 14 3-pointers tonight.
The most dangerous guy on the floor is the inbounder. I wonder if the clock started too soon.
Clock is showing 7.8 seconds left.
Wow. That favors Murray State because now they got a chance to see the action that Belmont was getting ready to run. So Coach Bird's going to have to draw up something new.
Belmont calls another timeout. They now have 2 remaining. Murray State up 2. A 25-game win streak on the line. Looking for their 16th OVC tournament championship, their 16th trip to the NCAA tournament. And if you believe Joe Lenardi, who is as accurate as it comes in predicting the brackets for the NCAA tournament, this is a 1-bid lead. If Murray State loses, they will not go play in the big dance. The winner will advance with an automatic bid. This is the first automatic conference tournament bid to be handed out in 2015. And the loser will most likely be playing in another postseason tournament, be it the NIT or maybe even possibly the CBI.
Sure.
Incidentally enough, it was Murray State last year who was so disappointed not to win this tournament. They didn't go to the NIT, but they did go to the CBI, and they ended up winning that tournament. And that really set the tone for what has become a historic season for them right now.
Absolutely.
But it all goes up in smoke if Belmont can hit a 3-pointer.
Right now with 9.1 seconds, you want to consider switching everything. And we were right. The officials just told us that the clock started too soon, so 9.1 seconds on the clock.
Bradshaw, the high scorer for the Belmont Bruins with 25 inbounds. Here's Chamberlain. 5 seconds. Barnett for 3. Oh! He got it! He got it! Wow. Taylor Barnett sends the Belmont Bruin faithful into a frenzy.
And Rich, we just said the 2 guys that you have to be aware of and run them off their shot. Taylor Barnett, 20 in blue, and 23 Craig Bradshaw. What a beautifully executed play out of bounds, and a guy who hadn't shot it well on the night, but Taylor Barnett has made some big ones here in the second half.
Taylor Barnett, number 20 in blue, and here's the reaction from the Belmont bench. And look at Rick Bird. No enthusiasm, just timeout, timeout. I got to set my defense.
Can you imagine the number of times he's been in this situation, cool as a cucumber?
Now, 3.2 seconds left. Plenty of time for Cameron Payne and the Murray State Racers to get a shot off.
What they'll probably do is run a little curl action at half court because, you know, unlike the NBA, you can't advance the basketball. And so they'll try to either hit it up the side and call a quick timeout to get a little closer to half court, or they'll run a little curl action from the strong side to the weak side here and trying to get a quick look at the basket.
Well, we talked about Groundhog Day with Cameron Payne taking over in the second half like he did yesterday. How about Groundhog Day flashing back to 2 years ago? These 2 teams met in this same OVC championship and went to overtime, and Belmont won it by 2, 70-68. Right now, it's a 1-point game with Belmont on top 1. You could not ask for anything better for the OVC championship.
No, I mean, who could have scripted it this way? Belmont off to a great start in the first half, knocking down 3 ball after 3 ball, and then TJ Sapp got it going for Murray State to close the gap in the second half. It's been back and forth, and we find ourselves with Belmont up 1 here with 3.2 seconds to go, praying there in the stands for their team that they can hold on to this 1-point lead.
Looking for some divine intervention. They already got some with that Taylor Barnett 3 from beyond NBA range. Their 15th 3 of the night, and it is all on the line in the OVC championship. The winner advances to the NCAA tournament. The loser will not dance. Murray State has 3.2 seconds to go the length of the floor and get a bucket.
Watch a little curl action here.
And Belmont calls a timeout. They have 1 more remaining. Murray State coming in, winners of 25 straight. That's the 2nd longest active winning streak in the country. The only one better, the #1 Kentucky Wildcats. No one else is even close. Villanova checks in at 12. That's a mere pittance compared to what the Racers have done all season. Just the 5th undefeated regular season in the conference play in the OVC over the last 67 years that this conference has been in existence. This is a proud program with 24 OVC regular season championships and 15 OVC tournament championships. But right now, in the present, their NCAA tournament hopes hang in the balance. And it should be noted that Jeffrey Moss, who's inbounding the pass for Murray State, a former high school quarterback.
And Jarvis Williams, #4, can really, there's that curl action I was talking about, but too deep here. He's got to let it fly.
He puts it up.
Didn't get it off.
And Belmont shocks the OVC. Three wins in 3 days, capped off with a championship. The Bruins are OVC champs for the 2nd time in 3 years, and the first ticket has officially been punched for a conference tournament champion, and it goes to the Belmont Bruins.
How about the big shots these kids made in the second half? Taylor Barnett couldn't throw it in the ocean in the first half, but he made a little three early in the second half, and I think that he really got him going, ran him off the beautiful little elevator screen to get open, and he drills a three to give his team the 1-point lead, the deciding basket.